There we go. We are currently live.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
You are now tuned into the Double Dose Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Dr. Shonda.
I'm Chanel.
And we are
Double Portion.
We are here to talk about yet another episode talking about faith, culture, biz, lifestyle, and everything else in between.
And also while we navigate through the city, just being us,
Being us.
Two single young Black women.
Period. All right, so tell the people how they can access our podcast, Chanel.
Sure, you can access our podcast by way of YouTube, as well as any streaming platform that a podcast may live on, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those amazing things. And while you're at it, make sure that you subscribe, like, and don't forget to leave a rating.
Yes, the ratings really help with our numbers and help other people like you to find us.
Yes.
So we are asking you all to listen to the podcast, share the podcast, and to follow it, subscribe, do all those things, and everything else in between.
Yes.
All right. So what are we talking about today, Chanel?
Well, today's episode is, we're going to take a little detour. So usually we have our segments all listed out, very well structured. But today we're going to do a recap.
Recap of what?
We're going to do a recap of a very special weekend that we witnessed and were able to be a part of a few weeks ago. The world actually tuned into it last weekend, August 7th. And what we're talking about is
the Stellar Awards.
So yes, your girls were at the Stellar Awards and I had a blast.
Listen, gospel music's biggest night. We were there. We were live in living color.
Live in living color. Navigating through and through. Y'all will hear the stories.
Yeah, so we got some stories coming up for y'all. So what I need y'all to do, you need to grab your popcorn, your pen, if you're driving, just relax and, drive on the way to your commute or whatever. And listen.
Tune in and listen. Your girls, Shonda and Chanel, are live.
And Chanel, I think, what would you call this summer? If this summer had to be a book title, what would you call it?
The Adventures of Shonda and Chanel. What would you call it?
The Summer of the Finesse.
Oh, yes.
The Summer of the Finesse. Like, we've been finessing this whole summer. I literally just got back from another city where I was finessing. That's another story.
And it's not Hot Girl Summer. We're not having a Hot Girl Summer. This is a Save Girl Summer.
We still save, but we be finessing.
We save and we be finessing.
All right, so define finesse for those who may not know what it is.
Finesse means to use your charm, your wit, your influence, your charisma, to navigate into certain spaces that you probably should not have access to.
And that has been the entire summer for us. So, we did it at Black Enterprise.
Yep, we did it at Essence Fest.
Essence Fest, if you missed that episode, go back a few episodes and listen to that one.
Yep.
Did it at the Stellar Awards. Like, it's just been the summer of the finesse.
But what just settled into my spirit? Mm-hmm. We belong in those rooms.
Ooh.
Like, we don't, I just said that finessing is like using your charm, your wit, whatever, to navigate into spaces that you don't belong. We belong everywhere that we step foot in this summer.
Yeah.
Like, people were drawn to us for a reason.
That's very true.
People were attracted to our anointing for a reason.
Yes.
It's because we belong there.
Yeah.
And I believe that this is just the beginning.
No, that's very true, Chanel. And you know what? We repent for even saying, spaces we don't belong.
Yeah.
Because I really do feel as though God brings you into certain spaces to expose you to where you belong, to people that you are going to rub elbows with.
Yes. Because Shonda, and people have been saying this for years, like when we meet random people, whether they be quote unquote the celebrity status or just just the everyday person, they always ask us, so what do y'all do? Because they're like, y'all have to do something. There's something that is on you guys. I don't know what it is, but there's something on you. What do you do?
We got that. Like the whole weekend.
The whole weekend. Yeah. And it's like people recognize, they don't even know who we are, but they recognize the anointing.
Walking up to us.
Okay,
so who are y'all and what do
y'all do?
Like,
taking pictures of us.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was all God. Nobody else but him.
Okay.
All right. So when did we decide that we were going to the Stellar Awards?
2 weeks before the Stellar Awards.
2 weeks before the Stellar Awards. So this is what happened. So people plan to go to the Stellar Awards like a year in advance.
It's like thing.
It's a thing, right? Especially in the gospel music industry.
Yeah.
But Chanel and I launched the the podcast in June. And so we were like, you know what? This is the perfect place. We need to find more spaces where we can kind of continue to network and, you know, do things in order to bring attention to the podcast or whatever.
So not only promote the podcast, but we wanted to be on the red carpet as media.
Yes.
That was the original intention.
Yes. And so I was like, you know what? Let me find out when the Stellar Awards are. They're usually in the fall. They're usually in the fall time. So I'm Googling, you know, tittering and tattering on my laptop. And so I find that it's in July. I'm like, oh crap, this is like 2 weeks away. Chanel, do you want to go to the Stellar Awards? When is it? 2 weeks. Sure, let's go. Like that's literally our entire lives. Like our whole summer was just like making spontaneous trips or whatever, whether they be for fun and adventure or for business related stuff.
Yeah.
But so we booked that trip that night. Chanel. And the crazy part is they were sold out of Stellar Award tickets on the main website. So we had to find a third party that was reselling it. And so Ticketmaster, we had resold tickets. Ticketmaster only had seats in the nosebleeds. That's it. And they were expensive as crap.
Expensive nosebleeds.
In
the middle. Like, it was like this.
Bro, in the middle.
It's like this U-shaped orchestra type of building. And we were right here in the middle. Great seats, but horrible for walking in heels across this little, like...
And we came in late.
Yeah.
Talking about, excuse me. Sorry, my shoe.
About 50 times, yeah. You had to make sure your heel didn't get caught in the little crack or you go and tumbling down.
Oh, you gonna tumble.
So, yeah, we had to do that.
And don't go to the bathroom.
Could not go to the bathroom.
So I would say we walked past at least like 50 people in order to get to that middle seat.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were in the
They would
nose.
That's where our seats were. They would probably be sick of us, but we were twins.
Yeah. So everybody
was
was stopping. That's like, are y'all twins?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Where y'all from? Well, we came from DC. We decided to come on out to the Stellars to Atlanta, Georgia. Just have a whole conversation with people. And so we'll get to that. But all right, so we booked it 2 weeks in advance. So that means we had a week to find dresses, book hair, book nails, booked makeup, did all of those things.
You booked yours early. I booked mine, I want to say, on that Monday or Tuesday night before we flew out that Friday or Saturday. My flight. I booked my flight either that Monday or Tuesday. I booked my hair appointment like that Thursday for that Friday. Mm-hmm. It was like a bunch of like boom, boom.
It was bananas. Like,
you found the makeup artist in Atlanta.
I found the makeup artist in Atlanta. I had to get an appointment early enough so that we could still make the red carpet. And she did her thing.
She did. She was really good.
Yeah, she did her thing.
Dana did your hair.
Dana did my hair. Shout out to Dana.
I found somebody in the DC area.
You want to tell them the story about the hairstylist? All right.
So
this is her first time going to this hairstylist.
Yes. So I came in. My hair was all blowing out. Went to the hairstylist and she started doing my hair, but then she stopped and went to the back, and then she was just dealing with some stuff, and it ended up coming back to tell me that she had a situation the day before, like her and a client got into a fight.
Project a little bit.
Her and a client got into a fight. About, what was it? Like somebody almost stole a wig or something like that.
Did she get her hair done and went paid?
She did. She installed a wig on her client's head, and the client was about to leave. So she fights the girl and she tries to snatch the wig off. So she tells me about that story. A few days later, I see that story all over Instagram on the Shade Room and Neighborhood Talk, and they actually showed the video footage. So it was like a very big deal in the DC community about this girl who got in a fight with her client because the client tried to steal a wig. Yeah.
And wasn't she saying something like, she was like, well, if she's not pregnant or
No.
You gotta get into the story. Oh my gosh. If it was my story, I'd be all into it. Telling y'all the tea. But so just a reminder, but because we don't have our mic today, we gotta project a little bit louder so we can hear us. Okay, so that was the story. I got my hair done. Dana's always great.
Love
she did
Dana.
my hair. She did our extended ponytails. When we get our extended ponytails, people can never tell us about it. I forgot that that's a thing when we get our ponytails.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing.
Yeah.
And I just be looking at,
even we can't tell us
in the mirror. Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Like in
you
pictures.
look like me.
What? Which one am I? That's weird. But
yes. Okay. So we ended up staying with our best friend who lives in Atlanta, so that cut down costs. Our friend Jasmine, shout out to Jazz.
Got to spend time with our godson Jackson.
Yes, got to spend time with Jackson. And so as soon as we touched down, we had to go straight to the makeup appointment, go back to the apartment, get dressed. That was a whole debacle. So I bought a main dress and a backup dress because I was afraid the backup dress wouldn't get to Atlanta in time or might not fit. Therefore, I had to buy another dress. So the dress ended up coming, but it didn't fit. So I ended up having to wear my backup dress, but it was the same dress.
It worked in the favor because we ended up dressing alike.
Yeah. So it wasn't too bad.
No.
All right.
Good look.
Yeah.
We'll show y'all a picture.
We'll show y'all pictures
on YouTube.
We called the Lyft in order to take us to the red carpet.
Yes.
And so I called the extra large car. I called the extra large car because I wanted like a big black car to, drop us off to the red carpet.
Usually that's what an extra large car on Lyft is.
Yes.
However,
so there was a big brown minivan.
For a family of 7.
A big brown minivan came and pulled up to the apartment, and we was like, no, that's not what we got into. That can't be the car. We was running late, and we was like, all right, we can't cancel, we can't call another car. We're gonna miss everything if we don't get into this big brown minivan. So what are we gonna do? We got into the big brown minivan.
The lady was so nice. Shout out to
that lady. So nice. Oh my goodness.
So sweet.
So sweet. All right, so we pull up to the Stellar Awards. We pull up to the Stellar Awards, everybody's outside taking pictures, looking amazing.
Yes.
Sprinters outside, the Mercedes Sprinters.
Yes.
Nice cars. We pulling up in our big brown minivan. And I was like, Chanel, she's gonna pull us up right into the front. And Chanel was like, we can stop right here. We can just walk in here. And she was like, no, I got y'all. I got y'all. Okay, so we blessed her, we tipped her. She was an amazing lady.
She was great.
It was just the van.
It just threw the vibe.
It didn't go with the fit. Yeah. But, lo and behold, we got there.
Yes.
All right, so we get out.
As soon as we got out,
y'all, I see our family, the Ashley.
Shout out to the Ashley.
First, we saw Tyrone Ashley, and I'm like, that man looks familiar. And then his mom turned around. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, what the heck? Like, our family is down here.
Uncle Donald.
Because we was going to name drop Uncle Donald anyway to finesse a little bit. So it was just great that he ended up being there.
We had Uncle Donald outside.
No, we had Uncle Donald outside.
No, he had us outside.
Uncle Donald had us
we
outside.
was falling asleep.
No, okay, so we saw amazing family. We love the Ashleys. So anytime, those of you who don't know who the Ashleys are, they're amazing. They have a church in Dover. While we were in college in our undergraduate career, we attended their church whenever we didn't go home, and they just ended up adopting us as their family, and we love them. So it was such a surprise to see them. And we sang for Ty for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Was it 10 years?
About.
Yeah.
Maybe 6.
Yeah, so it was just great. It was dope. So we go in. We didn't go in yet. We were taking pictures outside,
talking to our family,
mixing and mingling.
And then I see a guy out the corner of our eyes. He's kind of like circling us, and he keeps staring at me and Shonda.
Who?
The media guy. Eventually, he walks up to us. This was our first encounter with someone that we didn't know. He walks up to us, and then he asks, "Excuse me, are y'all the Claremont twins?"
First of all, I don't look nothing like them.
I said, "Sir, we need to save the Take a Bite version."
I don't want to be any version of
thank you.
But he was just flirting. Like, he ain't nothing about us is Clermontish. But anyway, but the funny thing is, he said, "Oh yeah, Jill Scott is in there sitting down with what's his name or whatever, Jill Scott."
That was not no Jill Scott.
Wasn't it Crystal Aiken?
No, not Crystal Aiken. It was the lady that played Twinkie in the Clark Sisters movie.
Yeah, okay. But that man and guy thought that was Jill Scott. But
that was the funniest thing.
All right, so he was a media guy, so we were asking around.
Credential.
Right. And so, okay, backstory. When we got our tickets, we also applied for media credentials. There was a big sign that said, if this is after June 25th or what have you, no other applications will be considered.
Yep.
Me thinking that I can finesse my way in, I still applied. I still applied, still emailed, didn't hear back, got denied. Right. So I'm talking to this guy. We're talking to this guy. He's talking about media, whatever. And we're just trying to get more info. And we were like, you know what? We're gonna try and get into the media space, whether we get the credentials or not.
Right.
We here, so we're gonna be here.
Right. So we go in, we get our ticket scanned, we go through all the ticketing people, all that good stuff, and we walk through. Then on the side, we see a side door. No, we start to ask around, like, excuse me, where's the red carpet? Excuse me, where's the red carpet? Excuse me, where's the red carpet? Red carpet, red carpet, red carpet. So they eventually say, yeah, it's through the back. It's through the back. So we see the side door.
They said it was over. It was like the red carpet. We
did say that.
So many people, yo, where's the red carpet? The red carpet is over. It was like, it's over. We're not doing the red carpet anymore. Sorry, y'all missed it, basically.
Right.
It was like, dang, we just came all the way out here for the red carpet.
Right.
And we missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to meet people, to interview, to mix, to mingle, to network.
Yeah.
And we missed it. But you know, we had to finesse.
And find a way.
Yes. So there was a group of workers, all black men, they were black. I had to make sure we walk up to the black people when we try to finesse.
Yeah.
No shade to the whites, but you know, black people look out in a different way.
Yeah.
So we walked up to them, they had on all black or whatever, and they was like, we were like, so red carpet, we heard it's over, but like we're still trying to like go over there. So they was like, all right, well, you can just like walk down this hallway or whatever. And they was like, y'all belong on the red carpet. We know, so tell us where it is. So they escorted us to the red carpet.
We're with Ty. We're with Ty.
Ty is like, Ty is with the shenanigans.
Yeah.
That's why like we get along so well.
Yeah.
Ty is with the shenanigans.
So Ty was.
We've been in plenty of shenanigans with Ty prior to this. So this was normal for us.
This is what we do.
This is what we do. These are the shenanigans. So we walked through with Ty. There was one area where we couldn't get back there without a credential. Right. This is where all the celebs were, the influence, gospel artists, whatever. However, our friend who we met outside that asked us were we the Claremont twins, who had his media credential on, he was in right before us, so we like stayed close. He didn't know we were behind him. He didn't know we were behind him, but we stayed close to him. Are we telling too much? Don't care. So we can cut it out if we need to. So nah, they saying that. So he showed his media credential, and we just like, we with him. Yeah, he didn't even hear us. He didn't hear us. Yeah. They was like, y'all all with him. He was like, yeah. So we walked through, and then lo and behold, we're in. The red carpet is there. The people who we needed to talk to were there. It's a situation. So we're mixing, we're mingling. Talking to a few folks. We find the red carpet finally. We take some pics. We get some videos. We had the opportunity to speak to a few people, some interviewers, a lot of different media connections that we made from other like podcasters, radio stations, which was really dope. Mm-hmm. What else happened? So we ended up going into another room where the media was actually interviewing actual celebrities. The celebrities were born by then. But we ran into our good friend Elijah. Hey, our family, Elijah Sumo. Listen, I said from now on, anytime I go to an event like this, I'm going to tell them I work for Sumo. So, because Sumo is everywhere. Sumo, he has like all the credentials in Atlanta. Yes. Like, people know the world. People know him. Yes. So we ran into Sumo. That was actually our first time meeting him in person. That's crazy, though. That is crazy because our relationship developed over the pandemic. So we met him in person. It was dope. It was a vibe. It was like just reconnecting with family. Yep. And he wasn't staying, so he had his badge on. He had his badge on. He was like, "Y'all can just say this." Yeah. You ain't say one word. So we had Elijah's credentials. We had Elisha's credentials, and listen, that thing was like, I don't know, like that was the golden ticket. Yeah. All you needed was a media pass, and then from there we could finesse our way anyway. Yeah, it was up from there. So then after that, the show started. Yes. So we go into the show. We go up to our mezzanine level seats, and we say excuse me about 50 level times to get to the middle of the seats. The whole time, Ty is texting us like, y'all, come down. I got some seats for y'all. Apparently, he found an empty box. No. This is how much of a shenanigan finessers we all are. Ty is texting us, come down, we got some seats. He ain't tell us like the magnitude of the greatness of these seats. So we was just like, all right, so if we get up now, we're gonna have to cross like the whole slew of people, a whole heap of people that we had to walk past and cross these people once again to get to these seats. We should just wait until like the middle of the Stellar Awards. Yeah, so we stayed there, we mixing and mingling. Chanel was like, all right, Shonda, so we here. Make sure you're networking with the people who next to you or whatever. So Chanel's talking to the people that's next to her. I was like, Chanel, I'm shy. I'm not going to network with somebody who I don't know.
I told her about 5 times, turn around and say hello to whoever's next to you.
So I turned around and I don't know how we started the conversation, but he was a very, very nice guy. Lo and behold, he was somebody who also works in media, works at Fox. At Fox,
he's a weather reporter.
Yes, he's a reporter anchor at Fox, and we were able to connect from there. Made some other connections, and it was just a really dope experience.
Yeah.
So we don't just go to the Stellars just to go.
Yeah,
like
we go to
this business.
Yeah, this is a business expense for us.
Right, and so yeah, it was dope. All right, so
about halfway through the show.
So the performances, amazing.
They were great.
I think Ty was the perfect person to open up.
Oh, absolutely.
Ty was the perfect person.
Absolutely.
Because his energy be on a beam, like
Yeah. Some great performances happened. Mm-hmm. Ty Tribbett, James Fortune.
James was
dope. Shout out to James.
Pastor Mike,
we
was sitting right in front of like his church. His whole church came to support him.
Yes.
Every time they said his name, they were screaming. I was like, that's dope. I love how
they love their pastor. I love that.
Can we talk about the Amber Alerts though?
Oh my God. There was one specific moment when they were presenting an award and everybody, all few thousand of our phones went off
at the same time.
Because there was an Amber Alert.
Yes.
So they had to cut.
So we had to restart that from the top. And so the Stellar Awards can be, so it's only like an hour or two on TV, like an hour on TV. But in person, it was a lot longer because we had to stop so many times, cut so many times, reshoot. If there was a performance, if the microphone was off, they had to cut and then start from the top. Like, it's a whole production. So that happened, and these Amber Alerts, they were very shady because, like, why would y'all do that at the Stellar Awards?
At the Stellar.
Like, come on.
It was. But Jacqueline Carr and Kiara Shear did an amazing job.
Amazing. I love their energy.
I love their energy together. They're a dynamic duo. Yeah. Jay Bolin styled them. He did amazing. We had the pleasure of meeting him backstage.
Yes. He's going to be a podcast guest pretty soon.
Yes.
So stay on the lookout for that.
Yes.
And it was just amazing being able to meet so many different great people.
Yes.
All right. So midway through, we like, all right, so let's go meet Ty, see what's up with these seats or whatever.
Yeah. We get down there. It is like an orchestra box.
Ty, I'm like, how did you get these seats? It was just open. I was talking to the people who work here, and it was cool. And like, I'm like, so you made friends with the Stellar Award production team. Perfect. So the seats were literally like box
right
seats.
there.
We had the whole section to ourselves. It was like right near the stage, like one level above the stage.
Like when Kurt Franklin was performing,
he was like pulling up there and talking to us or whatever. Yeah. So like,
y'all clap your hands. Like,
what do you say?
Y'all clap your hands. Was that good?
Yeah, it was good. No, but like that's what it was.
Yeah.
Like, and we had really dope seats. So production team was there. Again, amazing performances still occurring. Yeah. We're talking to the production team as well, who also happen to be amazing, really dope, down to earth people. I talked to I forgot the young man's name, but we were able to kind of just converse more about production and what that was like with the Stellar Awards or whatever. And I asked him, I was like, I know interviewing is pretty much over, but is there any way I can get a chance to interview a few people? Like, we haven't had a chance to do that because they shut down the carpet by the time we got there. Yeah. He was basically like, well, you got a media pass, so that's pretty much like the green light for y'all, but I'll escort y'all. All right, so as soon as
we had a whole escort.
As soon as the Stellar Awards ended, he was like, all right, y'all, come on, hurry up, quick. So he takes all three of us, goes backstages all around the mulberry bush. We following this man. We don't know where we going. He was like, all right, I'm going to tell them I'm taking y'all to your car. And so he was like, all right, y'all, I'm taking them to their car. So he bypasses the front door workers, and we're in there. We in there with everybody who we wanted to talk to and interview and meet with. It was dope.
It was awesome. So he escorted us, quote unquote, to our car. We were backstage, and there were a few stops where like we could have almost got caught, but then the person who was at the door was kind of cool. She was like, "Y'all here to see Tamala Man?" And we was like, "Yeah, Tamala Man." So she escorts us into the area where, like, the best way I can describe it is like the post game interview room, you know, where they have all the players come in and you line up and in the media ask all the questions. That's how it was set up, like after a game or whatever. So the first person was Tamala Man. We had that interview. We're gonna drop that in. The second person was who?
I think
Isaac Curry.
Yeah. Pastor Mike and then Isaac Curry.
Pastor Mike and then Isaac Curry. Both great testimonies. Yeah. And then our boy Kalante Gavin.
Yeah, shout out.
We gotta drop this interview in, so we'll do that.
Yeah, Kalante did so good. Shout out to him. He's also gonna be a guest pretty soon.
Yes. Kalante was so dope because he gave us a shout out in that room full of media
in
people.
The interview.
The girls that didn't even have a media pass, the girls that had to finesse their way the whole day, like he gave us a shout out. It was like, "Yo, twins, like what's up? It's good to see y'all." Yeah. That was dope. Yeah, it was. I really love him. He's so genuine. And he really is.
But yeah, so that was the Stellar Awards. What else?
So wait, so we're walking around backstage. I don't know if y'all watched the awards, but Ricky Dillard won the Icon Award or something like that night. Shonda, you were in the restroom when Ricky Dillard was coming out, and I'm sitting there knocking on the door. Like,
I was like, "Who is knocking?
You about to miss Ricky? You about to miss Ricky? Mr. Dillard is about to walk past." So she finally comes out, and Ricky Dillard is walking past, and they asked us, "Did we want a picture?" So we got to meet Ricky Dillard, and that was dope. What else?
It was amazing. We met another young lady in radio, and it was just her like vibe. It was just really dope.
Oh yeah, she was so cool.
Oh my goodness, like just talking to her, she was just saying like, "Oh my goodness, I could just sense there's something amazing about the both of you. I don't even know what you do." And she started to get really tearful.
Yes. There was another amazing radio host, a young lady. And she was like, "Yo, y'all stick with me. I get all the credentials. I'm gonna teach y'all."
Yeah, they were so dope, yo.
Another young lady we met, she went to Delaware State.
Yes, shout out to her.
Cool. Yes. And then after all that, we ended up finessing our way onto stage. So
yeah, how did we do that?
We found the stage and we walked on, and we acted like we belonged there because we did.
We do. We belong here.
So we took our pictures on stage. We got Uncle Donald his pictures.
Uncle Donald got on stage.
After that,
there was a bowling event that
karaoke.
Yeah, karaoke. Why would I say bowling? There was a karaoke event hosted by one of the Stellar Award winners. He's a Christian rapper. Excuse me, I don't remember the young man's name, but he is a rapper. He won a Stellar Award, and it was really dope. I just remember the shrimp was good.
The shrimp was awesome.
I didn't expect that type of shrimp from a karaoke place.
I didn't either.
But it was good.
It was awesome.
It was amazing. Great to my soul.
Yes.
And
I saw my boy Brandon Edwards there. Shout out to Brandon
Shout out to him.
He works at TV1 here in the DMV.
He does?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me that?
What do you mean?
I gotta connect with him.
Okay.
Yeah. And so like the host of the event was really dope, down to earth, connecting with people. And this is the kicker. So we're not there by ourselves. Uncle Donald takes us, Ty, and another man who was with us. He takes us all to the karaoke event. Uncle Donald is, how old is Uncle Donald? I don't know. I just know he's not old. He's older than us. Yeah. Like, we're over here falling asleep in the corner. Uncle Donald, just like, in the karaoke and stuff, like,
networking with people.
And I'm like, hey, Uncle Donald got all the energy.
Yeah.
It was
funny. We just up here falling asleep.
No, because I fall asleep anywhere. I fall asleep anywhere. They even said, like, yeah, we saw y'all fall asleep. Because listen, if it's a nice warm area, all I gotta do is, curl up in a little ball.
I don't even gotta do that. Y'all know I can do.
Yeah,
one of these.
That a lot.
One of these.
But it was really dope. It was an amazing experience.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
The next day, it was a series of brunches. We stopped at one, but it was too crowded.
Yeah.
We saw The Truth. The Truth is going to be on the podcast.
Yes, another person we connected with.
Yes. And then it was very crowded, so we ended up going to Old Lady Gang.
Hey, Old Lady Gang. First of all, I loved the food at OLG.
It was awesome. Anybody who's ever said anything negative about that restaurant is literally hating.
The service is great. The food is amazing.
The waiters and waitresses were awesome.
Chanel, to this day, every single day since the Stellar Awards, I can't stop thinking about them deep fried deviled eggs.
Deep fried deviled eggs.
Deep fried deviled eggs from OLG.
They sprinkled the Holy Ghost.
The Holy Ghost is all up in the yolks. My God.
The Holy Ghost is in the yolks.
I know. I was trying to think of a joke about destroying the yolk, but it didn't fit. It didn't fit at the moment. But the Holy Ghost was in them deviled eggs. And we ordered it with a little piece of shrimp on top. So when you go there, get deep fried deviled eggs, put a little shrimp on there, bomb.
Yes.
Bomb.
And all the waiters are nice.
All the waiters are amazing.
We met some of the cast from the show.
Yeah, from the OLG show.
They were really dope. They were cool.
Yeah. And it was amazing.
It was awesome.
It was really dope.
That was our weekend.
That was our weekend.
It was fun.
All right, so now we gave y'all a recap. Can we talk about some of the recap that we've been watching and reading?
Okay.
So a lot of people are talking about, one, the dresses, like the way Kiki and Jacqueline dressed, saying that, you know, it's just the Gospel Awards or the BET Awards, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Also, I know there was some things that Ernest Q had said.
Okay.
About, you know, the difference between ministry and industry and how we need to focus more on ministry and how the people at the Stellar Awards are clearly more focused on industry because, you know, they didn't have those gospel artists who really paved the way, who, you know, there was a lot of like new school contemporary, you know, there were like 3 Christian rappers there. I don't know if they aired all of them, but it was like 3 Christian rap performances and dancing and lights and smoking. Like it was very contemporary.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are like the 2 things that I'm hearing. So have you heard anything about it?
So I heard about both. The first thing I'm going to say about the outfits with Jacqueline.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think they were amazing. I think that Stylish Jay Bolin is a gem, not only in the kingdom, not only in the body of Christ, but for the world.
He just styled Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
Like he just styled the Tyra Banks.
So he does no wrong, in my opinion. I think that the church is now catching up to where some of these other, you know, elite shows are. The church is finally catching up to excellence, I would say.
But what do you say to people who say, I know you say the church is catching up, but just playing devil's advocate.
Right.
What do you say to the people who are like the church don't need to be in that lane anyway? So why are we trying to catch up to that?
Well, granted, I agree. We don't need to be in a lane where we're trying to like be something that we're not. But if this is an awards entertainment show, show up. Do it to the best of your ability. Have the best lights, have the best production, you know, have the best stylists and the best red carpets. If we're gonna do something, let's show up and do it. And one of the greatest examples that I always like to lean on is, and they're not in the same lane, but Mark Moore. So when YLC came on the scene, it's a churchy event. You know, we're gonna go in and we're gonna have church, but you have $50,000 stage lights and big production, and it's things that you would not see at the normal Black church, at the normal apostolic church, at the normal.
It was a young adult conference.
A young adult conference. Yeah. You would not see that at the Black church. Now you will because he brought it in.
He blazed that trail.
But you saw it at the Stephen Furtick's church. You saw it at Hillsong. So Martin was like, hold up. Well, why are we not catching up? Yeah. So he did a great job, to me, of merging, having the Holy Ghost, having the Spirit and the Word and all that good stuff, but also bringing it up to excellence. Yeah. And I think that there's room for both. Yes, you can have the Holy Ghost, and we should have had some more of the older artists that paved the way.
I think so too.
But I think it was good that, you know, we elevated what we were trying to do. Yeah. Because I think that when people were changing the screen, they probably paused for a couple more seconds at the Stellar Awards. And we may have drawn people in to actually watch the Stellar Awards for an extended amount of time versus years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that this was an attempt to kind of broaden the ratings, to broaden the viewers, because, you know, one argument that I think Ernest Q may have said is that they were trying to get more sponsors. And so I get it. Like, you need sponsors if you want something to be productive. And that doesn't mean that you completely push out what he's identifying as ministry, but with really being like those sounds of gospel that have paved the way. I think there could have been more of that in this show, because I do think it leaned more on that contemporary piece. But I think there's a way we can kind of merge the two and balance the two of being able to draw in new souls, new converts, and people who may not be able to show up and go into a church building, and to also pay homage to the church, like the originals. Yes, the Dottie people. I guess they wanted Dottie peoples.
They wanted Dottie. Wait, they did?
No. I'm just joking. But they said like the host was like too much or whatever.
They said the host was too much.
Okay, so let me go back to the way they dress. So again, I think Jay Boland is amazing. Now you're always gonna have people who may not, it might be too much for them to have like the shoulder, the big gaudy shoulders on the dress.
Baby, when she came out and that
the audience went off. The audience went off. Y'all got the aftermath, but like when she came out, the audience went off. But they might not be able to see that.
Yeah.
They might not be able to palette. They might not be able to palette a Kiara Sheard wearing a red lip, a red hat, and all red type situation. Like they might not be able to handle and stomach that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I think that we have to kind of get out of this space of course, like we're not. There should be a line between like how Christians present or whatever. But at the same time, like because I am a Christian, because I live a holy lifestyle, believe in holiness, it doesn't mean that I have to be dry.
Exactly.
Like y'all want people to be have these award shows and the knee length jean skirt, the ankle length jean skirts, and
with the socks and the sneakers.
No, we're not doing that in 2022.
No.
Like
save not square.
Save not square. Period. Like I think Kiara looked amazing. I think Jacqueline looked amazing. Corinne, what's her name? Corinne Hawthorne. She looked amazing. I think she had 2 different looks that I really liked. They looked great.
They did.
And I love seeing women, like our women in the church looking good. I love seeing that.
McReynolds, Mally Music, Jonathan McReynolds and Mally Music, they look great with their outfits. Men's fashion, love it.
I was gonna bring up the joke. Well, I mean, if they feeling it, that's all that matters. Okay. But
Ricky Dillard,
look, his multicolored suit.
Yes.
But yeah, like I think that we, like, first of all, y'all be the main ones talking about, I don't want no church girl, they don't know how to dress, they be square, they be this, they be that. But when they finally, like they come to the red carpets with the all red outfits, like a Kiara, and showing up like with looking good, wearing fashion, dressed down, then y'all want to criticize.
Right.
It's like,
which one?
I can't be the only one that heard stuff like that before. Like people saying that. Like finding girls in the church, like they can't dress, they're corny, they're shy or whatever.
But the guys that say that, we don't want them anyway.
I mean, that's not the point, because listen, I don't be checking for them anyway. But
thank you. Like
that's not the point. I'm saying, like, there's a whole heap of these individuals out there who think like this. But the moment that we're on the red carpet and our outfits dressed to the gods, I guess that's not appropriate for the style.
Dressed to the nine.
Dressed to the one, the holiness, the one.
Dressed to the one.
The one God. Dressed to the one God.
Baptism. Period.
Because Jesus is in the Godhead.
Yes.
And the Godhead is in Jesus. Well, I was gonna say.
All right, that was a great show, though.
No, because they need to understand. Like, I'm saved. I will cast out a demon. I'm sanctified, but I'm gonna dress it. Like, I'm dressed. I'm going to dress.
Yeah.
Like,
I like to dress.
Jacqueline can preach her behind off,
and she
dressed down. Kiara can sing the heavens down, and she dressed down.
And beautiful.
Like, we can have both.
We can have both.
With regard to Ernest Pugh, I think I already said this. I think that the Stellars could do a better job with incorporating like the old, not older, but like the more traditional sounds of gospel.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the choir time from, Ricky. Shout out to Tyree, love you, boo. Who sings with?
Oh yes, Tyree
Ricky Dillard. Yes. He did so good. I went to the Ricky Dillard concert the next day. He did so good.
Oh,
yes.
I was so sad I missed it. Shout out to Tyree.
But yeah. Shout out to the choir, but where was everybody else? Like, where were the other choirs? Yes. Somebody recently posted on Facebook, you can't go into a church without hearing somebody singing, without hearing a choir singing Vincent Bohannon. Why was he not a part of the Stellar Awards?
Vincent Bohannon should have been a part of the awards.
Yeah, like,
I mean, I thought
I don't know. Yeah, like, if he had an invitation or whatever. I don't know what the situation was, but I feel like he should have been incorporated in there some way.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I do think that there is space for more of those traditional sounds of gospel.
Absolutely. And yeah, I love the direction that Star Wars is going in, but just don't forget who we are and where we come from. And I think that's the bottom line.
And the shoulders of the individuals with who we stand on.
Yeah, the Jacqueline shoulders.
Jacqueline's shoulders. Shut up. No, what I mean is like we're standing on the shoulders of the Clark sisters. We're standing on the shoulders of the Daryl Coleys. We're standing on the shoulders of the Shirley Caesars, the Dice people, like all the Mississippi Mass Choirs.
Yeah.
We are standing on their shoulders.
Yes.
So we have to continue to pay homage. We can't just, 86 them out because y'all won 3 rap performances.
Exactly.
They were amazing, but also incorporate some of the older sounds as well.
Right.
I'm all for old school church. We sung some old school today.
Oh, we sung all old
school. We sung down today.
We sung one old school song that turned into a 30-minute set.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was.
I don't either. But we looped that thing.
We looped it. Listen, that was one for the books.
It was
shout out to us.
Yes.
And everybody else who made that adventure an adventure.
Yes.
So we did our very first Stellar Awards. We were on the red carpet. First of many. On the red carpet, had our media badges in the media room.
Adventure.
It was lit. It was lit. So let us know what y'all think about the story. I want y'all to comment, like, share, subscribe. All those
Screenshot this. Post it in your story and don't forget to tag us.
Yes. All right, y'all.
You're listening to
the Double Dose Podcast. Make sure you tune in on Tuesdays in order to hear what we got to say. Because we be saying some stuff.
We say some stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Love y'all.
Bye, y'all.